I definitely did not think that I was going to be this feminine person that you see in this reflection right now. I was always a very fluid child. From kind of like birth to about 12, I was this tomboy, as you want to say. From 13,
The tomboy to transgender pipeline is real. Is it the anime? I think like some right-wingers on Twitter told me. It's the anime. But she doesn't seem to have anime paraphernalia behind her. Could it be that the right-wingers on Twitter were wrong in their assessment? Was it academic agent that misled me? My entire worldview is built upon his premise. What if he is wrong? What would happen with me and my understanding of reality?
to about 18, I was this hyper feminine young teenage girl, dating boys, wearing makeup, doing all those things. And from 19 to almost 27, I was this masculine trans man. And now I'm in this period again where I'm being more feminine. So it's quite interesting thinking about my life like that, is how it goes through stages, and the fluidity is so there that I can't deny it. It wasn't until my like 5.5 to 6 year mark that I knew that I could make the decision to detransition. I was feeling, I would say after the third or fourth year mark, that was when like the feelings of depression and things were getting really, really bad for me. I kind of had this
That may be the hormone therapy. Like if you look at the side effects, depression seems to be one of them.
epiphany. I don't have to be on hormones for the rest of my life.
See? I didn't even watch the video. This is my real-time first reaction.
Popped up in my head. And it was like a shock to me. And I was like, the next like feeling that I had was like a feeling of relief. And so that's when I knew, I was like, okay, I need to listen to this. And then I ultimately decided in February of 2021 that I was going to stop hormones, and I was going to like fully put myself in this detransition process. I definitely did not think that I was going to be this feminine person that you see in this reflection right now. I mean, when you see my photos of me at 6 years on hormones, I look like the stereotypical cisgender male.
People say you can't tell, right? It's like, can you tell that this is a trans woman? And the answer is yes. Modern men, they look like soy boys. Like they look like corporate drones. They're absolutely terrified of anything erotic in entertainment. They're freaking out if you show them a titty. This looks like a Chad. Like this looks like the type of neighbor that's a woodcutter. Like if I have this guy as a neighbor and someone breaks into my house, I expect this guy to come over to help me. And so this is how I can tell trans women. If it looks like a Chad, like an actual masculine individual, then it's a trans woman. If it looks like a soy individual, then it's a man. The way you can know this is that feminism has worked really, really hard in order to try to make men as weak as possible. They call it toxic masculinity, and so you gotta prostrate yourself. You gotta seem meek, harmless, inoffensive. Whether a trans woman, like, she wants to become the alpha male, she's looking at that toxic masculinity. She wants it in her. And so she's going to actually try to be the type of man your grandfather was, right? And so if you see a man like this, most likely a trans woman.
There's no questioning about it because of my facial hair, my body, how it changed, all of that, because testosterone is such a powerful hormone. So I was just nervous that there were things that I wouldn't be able to look like again, given how I looked like when I was 17 or things like that. But I look like that person again, just at the age of 27. The biggest advice that I can give about transitioning or detransitioning is truly listening to yourself.
Blah, 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 blah. What I find interesting here is that this is in the Daily Mail. And the reason it's fascinating that's the Daily Mail is because 2 years ago, there were a lot of people detransitioning and posting their horror stories on Reddit. And they weren't posting their horror stories for shocking content. They actually were seeking help. They were trying to talk with other people. Many of them gotten themselves mutilated through botched surgeries that weren't effective, or surgeries that didn't satisfy them, and they realized there's no coming back. And so they went on Reddit to try to share their pain, find other people like them, try and connect. And the trans activists were absolutely livid. They immediately did everything possible to shut them down. They uploaded some YouTube videos. They got taken off through mass reporting. And so the idea was that any conversation of detransitioning is banned. Transitioning was a one-way street. Like, if you see a child that wants to transition, he needs to be encouraged. Whether if you see a child that has transitioned, even suggesting, like, don't you think that maybe, no, like, that's haram, that should be cracked down on. And we went from that culture to now the Daily Mail showing this lady. Which is interesting because, like, at the end of the day, who is this lady? Like, is she a public figure? Is she someone of national importance? It doesn't matter. Even the Daily Mail says woman documents, right? So, like, woman. That doesn't even entertain us with her name, right? That's not the point. The point is that the overtone window has moved, and they're testing the waters. Like, are we allowed to start talking about detransitioning? And notice the case study that they go with, right? Like, they go with a trans man. As far as I know, absolutely no one has that much of a problem with trans men in general. And they didn't go with, like, the stereotypical it's a ma'am type. You know, like the type of individual that definitely doesn't look the part, gets absolutely angry and aggressive if you get the wrong pronouns, constantly angry, constantly upset. You know, the type of individual that put their hand on Ben Shapiro and said, if you misgender me one more time, you're going home in an ambulance. That's not the type of person that the Daily Mail is showing. They're showing the case of a person that detransitioned, and they don't seem to be unhappy with their transitioning. Like, they're not saying, oh, like, the hormones did the number on me, or the surgery that I took, I regret it. You know, I cut off my breasts and now I'll never have them back. We're not seeing any of that. Instead, we're seeing just this, like, milquetoast case of a person that detransitioned, and it's like, okay, well, it's fine, you can do it too, blah, blah, blah. They're testing the waters. They want to see how the public reacts. And again, like, seeing this in the Daily Mail is still huge. Because they would have never done this 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, the activists, when they were in power, they did everything they could to crack down on these types of stories. The idea was like, no, transitioning, when a person wants it, it has to be affirmed, not diagnosed, affirmed. If you don't affirm it, it's incredibly likely that the person will commit suicide and the blood is on your hands. The activists would say it's better to have a daughter than a dead son. And once that person transitioned, they would consider it a happy story. Even if, like, the surgery was botched or anything, they would say, well, yeah, like, but that's just you. Like, everyone else is happy. Please shut the fuck up. And moving from that to this shows that culture has changed. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.